Every night, as you close your eyes and surrender to sleep, you're not simply vanishing into oblivion. Instead, you traverse a landscape just as real, perhaps even more real, than the one you walk in daylight. This journey is not just poetic musing or the invention of a restless imagination, but a motif that echoes throughout the tapestry of human thought. From the mystics of ancient India and the philosophers of Greece to the insights of modern neuroscience, the question persists: what truly happens to our consciousness when we sleep? At first glance, sleep presents itself as a void, a blackout when the business of living quietly pauses and the stage of experience falls into darkness. Yet, on closer inspection, sleep is anything but absence. In truth, it's a dynamic theater where consciousness dances in costumes strange and profound. Let's first build our understanding from the ground up, beginning with what science tells us. Today's neuroscience depicts sleep not as a monolith, but as a cycle comprising multiple stages: the gentle drift of light sleep, the restorative gulf of deep sleep, and the enigmatic currents of REM, rapid eye movement, sleep. During REM, our brains are ablaze with activity, almost indistinguishable from the waking mind. And here, in this paradoxical state, while our bodies are still, dreams take center stage in a private theater no one else can attend. Who or what is the dreamer? The conventional biological view is straightforward. The materialist insists that all experience, including dreams and self-awareness, is the direct product of neurons firing in synchrony. The mind in this model is the brain's electrical symphony, disrupted in deep sleep and only partially playing during REM. Dreams, in turn, are byproducts, echoes of memory, random flashes stitched together, serving perhaps only to help us consolidate learning or process emotion. But most of us have had dreams so rich, so emotionally charged, that waking life feels pale in comparison. We awake from nightmares sweating, from joyous visions exhilarated, from epic journeys with hearts pounding. If the night were truly a void, why this intensity? Why do we surface from the ocean of sleep with stories to tell? Here, the oldest philosophies offer a deeper current. The Advaitins of ancient India speak of 4 states of consciousness, as described in the Mandukya Upanishad: waking, dreaming, dreamless sleep, and the ineffable 4th, called Turiya. In this view, our essential self is not the waking mind, nor is it the dreamer or the oblivion of sleep. Instead, it is the witness, the silent, ever-present awareness that underlies every state. It is untouched by waking chaos, untroubled by dream drama, and unbroken even during the blankness of deep sleep. So, how do we know consciousness persists in dreamless sleep? The Upanishadic sages invite us to notice a peculiar fact. Upon waking, we often remark, "I slept well, I knew nothing." That knowing, of a contented, restful absence, suggests there was something present, some subtle awareness, even when distinct thoughts and images had vanished. There is a continuity to the self, a thread not severed by the darkness of night. This recognition, that consciousness is the constant medium, not the mode, reshapes how we see ourselves. Rather than being solely a byproduct of waking, daytime perception, consciousness is a field, sometimes bustling with imagery, sometimes empty, but always present. Buddhist traditions, especially among Tibetan yogis, sharpen this mystery further. In their centuries-old practices, sleep is not downtime, but a time of training. Through dream yoga, practitioners learn to become lucid in dreams, to recognize the illusory nature of all appearances, and to move through the sleep state with intentional awareness. In this tradition, mastery over sleep and dream serves a crucial purpose. It is said to prepare the mind for death, helping the practitioner remain aware during the transition, and thus influence the journey through the bardo, the space between worlds. What if, rather than being plunged nightly into oblivion, we are offered each evening a rehearsal for the greatest mystery of all? Beyond the East, Western thinkers too have contemplated night's secrets. Carl Jung, the psychiatrist and mystic, saw dreams as the psyche's native language. In his theory, the unconscious, buried beneath the everyday mind, uses sleep as a canvas to paint its truths. Through symbols, archetypes, and stories, dreams are not random. They are communications, messages sent from the soul to the self, crying to be heard. And in the mystical traditions of Islam, particularly within Sufism, it's believed the soul is freed, during sleep, to travel beyond the confines of flesh. Hidden realms become accessible. Encounters with beings and wisdoms not available by day are possible at night. Plato, too, hinted at this. The soul, he mused, is temporarily set free from physical shackles during dreams, glimpsing realities otherwise hidden. If all these perspectives sound grand or otherworldly, look to the growing field of lucid dreaming for a kind of experiment anyone can try. Lucid dreamers report with astonishment the moment they become aware that they are dreaming. Suddenly, the dream's logic is transparent, the environment malleable, the I that discovers its autonomy in the dream. Who is that? The point of observation seems to transcend even narrative. Is this not evidence of a deeper, more fundamental consciousness, one that persists regardless of context? At the horizon of these reflections lies a provocative possibility. What if waking life, with all its apparent solidity, is itself but a dream? Perhaps longer, seemingly more consistent, but ultimately composed of the same substance as our nightly visions? The sages of Vedanta declare, just as you awaken each morning from your dreams, it's possible to awaken from the illusion of separation, scarcity, and selfhood that constitutes ordinary daytime reality. The ultimate awakening is not simply from sleep, but from the mistaken identification with the fleeting contents of mind. Take a moment then. Imagine, as you lull yourself into slumber, that you are not falling away from existence, but stepping into another layer of reality. Perhaps your dreams carry messages from your deeper self, gifts or warnings from the unconscious. Perhaps, in the depths of dreamless sleep, your most essential self rests in its native peace, unconstrained by form or story. The one who wakes, dreams, and sleeps is one, and that one is beyond all states and stories. So, next time you drift into sleep, remember, you are not disappearing. You are embarking. You are participating in a centuries-old ritual, a nightly unveiling of consciousness in its manifold forms. Sleep well, if such a term even applies. Or perhaps journey wisely, for in truth, you never cease to be.